Good afternoon, everybody. DJ Styles here at Custom Corpses. Okay, here's where we're at. Here's my latex. I've got my 5 gallons. I had about 4 gallons here, and I had a full 5 gallons of latex there. That's mask latex. That is not the spirit of a Halloween latex. Not the cheap stuff. This is thick, very thick stuff. Okay, over here is my homemade vibrating table. So what I did was I put a little bit inside the mold, and I slush cast it around inside of the mold and brushed up into the tough areas, and then filled it back up all the way to the top. Alright, and that's called dwell casting. So we're dwell casting now, and I'm going to have this vibrating table going on for about 45 minutes to an hour. And what that'll do is it vibrates all the bubbles that can form on the outer wall because the stone is porous. And what happens is it releases air, and you'll get bubbles on the face of your mask, and you don't want that. So you don't want to walk around with a crater face mask. So I got a vibrating table. That basically destroys that bubble problem. Alright, so we're going to let that vibrate for about an hour, then shut that off, shut the vibrating table off, and then let it dwell for probably, I'm going to let it dwell for like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. I want this to be an extremely thick mask because I need the shrinkage. The thicker the mask, the more the shrinkage. After I pour out the excess latex back into my buckets, then I let that inside of the mask dry out. Not completely, but I want it to get to where there's a nice skin on it. Alright, then we move on to the next phase. And the next phase is we're going to foam fill the mask, because this is going to be a master copy as long as it turned out okay. This is called TC266. You can get it in mini mold. This is a variable density foam. The ratio is 100 parts here to 50 parts there. Now, depending on your climate, you can go as low as 30 parts. But here in this region where I live, I need to go about 50 parts of this. So it's 100 parts of this to 50 parts to that. And what that means is if there's 100 grams, I have to add 50 grams of this. So I figure to fill that, it's going to be a total of 600 grams. So I add 400 grams of this and 200 grams of that. And that'll give me a filled mask. That'll fill it up really nice. So that's how it works. And the neat thing about the foam is, like, you pour that into your bucket, you have to zero it out on your gram scale. That's 17 grams for the bucket. Let's take the stick out. Alright, it's zeroed out. Now you pour in there the exact amount of what you need. Alright, so we're going to go 400 grams into this bucket, and then another 200 grams of that. Mix it up real fast. You got to mix it fast, and you got to move fast because the stuff activates fast, and you'll see it foam up inside the mask once we get to that point. But I wanted to give you guys an update. I'm moving along, baby, moving along. Be back in a little bit once I shut this off. And maybe I'll be back when it's time to dump this into the buckets, and then let that create a nice skin on the inside, and then I'll start, and then I got to figure out when I'm going to foam fill it. Alright guys, peace. See you on the next video.